Hi betting experts, on Saturday the 6th of November we've got 9 live races on ITV, the conclusion to the flat season at Doncaster and some cracking jumping from Aintree and Wincanton. We start off with our value angle selection. This goes in the Grand Sefton Handicap Chase at 2.15 at Aintree, a 2 mile 5 contest, really competitive. And I like the claims here of John Joe O'Neill's progressive time to get up. The yard going really well at the moment, and this thorough stayer landed a right gamble down to 3-1 favourite when landing the Midlands Grand National at Uttoxeter 8 months ago. And if you watch that run back, plenty went wrong through the race under a patient ride, and he did remarkably well to get up in the closing stages. He only won narrowly, but he's got loads more to come. I think he's going to be a graded performer. This trip would be a bare minimum for him, but the yard's going really well, and he's not short of a bit of speed. For one who stays extreme distances, I'm confident he'll go really close here to make a winning debut. For our nap of the day, we go to the 108. This is the Pertemps Handicap Hurdle over 3 miles. Very competitive, typical of one of these qualifiers, but I think Remastered, who really impressed over fences last season, can make a winning return for David Pipe. The yard pretty quiet at the moment. They've not had a winner in the last fortnight, but most of them have been young horses having a sighter. Most of the ones that have been fancied have run well in defeat. And I think Remastered is very well treated here on the pick of his form over fences. The ground will be on the softer side of good at Aintree. Worst way, I'd have thought it could even be softer than that. So the more rain that falls, the better for David Pipe's thorough stayer. He's a pretty straightforward sort. He ran really well when beaten on his final start in much higher company, and back over hurdles here from a lower mark. He looks the one to side with. Spinning through the rest of the races, race by race, starting at Doncaster in the 125. Again, the ground like to be on the softer side of good. The 125 is the first televised race, and here I think that Ralph Beckett's Tomfrey holds outstanding claims. Now, he bounced back to his very best form when second last time out. He's got ideal conditions at Doncaster, and the yard is in absolutely blistering form at the minute. They're winning all round the country, and every time they send a runner to France, it seems to win. They're flying, which is important at this stage of the flat season as it comes to its conclusion. Over to Wincanton for the 150. I'm expecting good ground, maybe even faster for the microclimate down in Somerset. There could be non-runners on the day. I wouldn't be at all surprised. It's a really competitive card. The first race on ITV is the 150. A novice chase that looks completely at the mercy of Brave Man's Game. He jumped superbly, considering his inexperience, to make a winning chasing and seasonal debut at Newton Abbot last time. He measured every single fence immaculately and gained half a length at each one. He'll be a very short price here, and he should win bar any accidents. Back to Doncaster for the 205, the Wentworth Stakes, a listed contest over 6 furlong. Well, Ainsdale comes from another yard going particularly well, Carl Burke. He's had 5 winners in the last fortnight, and this consistent sort will find this a lot easier than when he was completely outclassed at Ascot 21 days ago. 125-1 there, and little chance, but all previous placed efforts give him leading claims here with soft ground ideal, the headgear on, Carl Burke flying. Back to Wincanton for the 225, a handicap hurdle. Global Harmony's a really likeable, tough and consistent mare, holding her form really well since winning here last December, and she should go really close with optimum conditions for this handicap hurdle. The 240 at Doncaster, the November handicap. Well, this is fiercely competitive. I like HMS President here. Eve Johnson-Houghton's had a really good season. She's booked Tom Marquand. The headgear's on. You do have to forgive a rare below par effort last time out, but I think there are excuses in running that day, and a repeat of his previous placed efforts would give him leading claims here. I think he's around 16-1. I think that's a particularly fair price each way. Back to Wincanton for the 3 o'clock, the 60th running of the Badger Beer, a 3 mile 1 furlong contest. Well, Rocco comes from another red hot yard, Nigel Twiston Davis. He's only won 1 from 11 over fences, but he's often shaped better than the bare result. He ran an absolute screamer on his seasonal debut. I thought that was a really good effort, and you have to forgive a step backwards, but maybe he bounced second run back, and he was also taken off the lead. I think going right-handed will suit him as well. He does edge that way over his fences. He'll get a positive ride. He's a relentless galloper, a thorough stayer, and I suspect this better ground will suit him. And finally, On ITV, race 9, the 3:35, the Unibet Elite Hurdle, a grade 2 over 2 miles. Well, Goshen has been called a few names in the past, but he's come back here after 5 months off, and Gary Moore has had a blistering week. He's had winners all over the place, landing huge gambles, and he's a high-class horse on his day, Goshen. He's a real strong, powerful galloper. On a couple of occasions last year, he looked to miss. He had his tail out at 90 degrees, and I did think he might have a problem, but he's reportedly been working really well at home. This is his track. I think he's going to take an awful lot of beating here with the yard absolutely flying. Best of luck with all 9 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts.